Okay, so I've been informed that we're live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this licensing hearing. This is for Hove Pizza Place at number 162 Portland Road. That is in Hove, Bravo November 3, 5 Quebec, Lima. Could I please ask councillors amongst themselves to elect a chair for this hearing?
I nominate Councillor Hewitt. If that's all right.
And Councillor Parrott, your nomination, please.
I nominate Councillor Hewitt.
There we are, Councillor Hewitt. You're the chair for this meeting.
Thanks very much. Morning, everyone. So before we begin with the business, we'll just have to undertake a bit of procedural items. So are there any members of the panel who are substitutes today?
No.
And do any members have any declarations of interests?
No.
Okay, there are no non-public items on the agenda, and therefore we will not be excluding the press and public for any item today. We are being webcast, so all is in open session. To clarify, this is an application for a new premises licence for Hove Pizza Place of 162 Portland Road, Hove, BN3 5QL. Just before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone around in the meeting today to introduce themselves. So I'm Councillor John Hewitt, I'm member of the Licensing Committee and chairing today's proceedings. Start with David.
Thank you. I'm Councillor David McGregor, and I'm chair of the licensing and council for Whitehawk Marina. Did I say that already? Sorry.
Thanks, Sarah. And Sam.
I'm a member of the Licensing Committee, and I am the councillor for Poets and Westbourne, Poets Corner and Westbourne.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Yeah, good morning. Rebecca Siddell, legal advisor to the panel.
Thanks, Frankie's introduced himself. We've got Sarah Cornell.
Good morning, I'm Sarah Cornell and I'm the licensing officer for this application.
Oh, thank you. Corinne.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Corinne Hardcastle and I'm the licensing officer who submitted a representation to this application today.
Yeah, thanks there. Hannah and your colleague from Sussex Place. I think you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. Sorry. Hi, so my name's Hannah Staplehurst. I'm a licensing officer for the Brighton division. My name's PC Wade. I'm a police officer in licensing based in Brighton.
I love it. Thank you. Chinwe, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
That's fine. I'm Chinwe Ihemefo, and I am an environmental health officer. I work with the environmental protection team, and we are also making a representation. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got Mohan.
Hi, I'm one of the director in a Hove Pizza Place. Yeah.
Thank you. And Sengo.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sankar. We are the partner in the Hove Pizza Place and requested the license.
Okay, lovely. And Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah Booker-Lewis, local democracy reporter for Brighton and Hove, representing the majority of news media in the city.
Oh, lovely, fantastic. So we'll begin. If I would like to hand over to Sarah Cornell, please, as the licensing officer.
Thank you. Good morning, and as you've heard, this is an application for a new premises licence for Hove Pizza Place 162 Portland Road. The application is for late night refreshment for 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. every day, with opening hours, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day, with opening hours of 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. every day. 3 representations were received. They were received from Sussex Police, the Environmental Protection Team and the Licensing Authority. The representations had concerns regarding the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance, and these can be found from page 65 of today's agenda. Our statement of licensing policy includes a matrix approach for licensing decisions, which can be found on page 50 of today's agenda. The The matrix model recognises the diverse operation and different risks presented by different classes of licensed premises. It provides the framework of what the licensing authority would like to see within its area and gives an indication of the likelihood or success or otherwise to investors and local businesses making applications. The premises do not fall within the cumulative impact zone or the special stress area, and the matrix indicates a yes for a late night refreshment licence outside of these areas until midnight. However, the notes for the matrix do state that each application is to be considered on its own merits. Thank you. You're on mute, Councillor Hewitt.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So yeah, now's an opportunity for anyone to ask any questions of Sarah, beginning with members of the panel, either Sam or David.
Nothing from me. Thanks.
Nothing from me at the moment.
Yeah, thanks. Hannah from Sussex, please. No,
Nothing from us, thank you.
Corrine.
No, thank you, Chair.
Chinwe. I think you were on mute as well. Did you or did not have any questions?
No, I have no questions.
Lovely, thanks there. And either of the applicants, have either of you got questions at this stage?
No, not from me.
No.
Okay, oh, thank you. So we're going to pass over to the first of our speakers, Hannah of Sussex Place. Responsible authorities was the word I was looking for.
Thank you, Chair. As you have heard, this is a proposed new premises licence application and is applying hours and licence for activities of late night refreshment every day from 2300 to 0400, with opening hours every day from 11 AM to 0400. In accordance with the Brighton and Hove Statement of Licensing Policy, this application would be a no, as late night refreshment is recommended until midnight as a terminal hour in the area as defined by other areas within this policy. Recent incident and crime statistics indicate that during the period from the 4th of July 2024 to the 4th of July 2025, there were 180 crimes linked to Portland Road and surrounding side roads. These statistics are from a 0.15 mile radius around the premises. 80 out of the 180 crimes were recorded.
Sorry, Hannah. Sorry, Hannah. I'm going to have to stop you there. It seems like David has dropped out of a meeting. I can't see him on my screen.
No, I can't.
If you give it a second, I'll see if I can bring him back. I think Sarah Cornell's just raised her hand as well.
And I believe an additional person
Yes.
has joined as well. Hi, Shafila.
Yeah, because like the eBot phone didn't work. Like I helped him to join from my phone.
Yeah, my phone is not working. That's why I don't know why. I was trying to join, but it's not working.
Hello.
Are you here for Hove Pizza Place?
Yes, yeah. He helped me.
No. He's, I think, another pizza place guy.
Sorry,
from Famous Kebab.
Flem's Kebab in Pizza in Preston Road.
Yes, you're not due to start until approximately 1 o'clock. You were told that in an email, so.
Oh, sorry, I thought it's 11:30.
No, so sorry, 11:30 is the time that we're starting the general hearing, of which there are two applicants that are applying for a licence. The first of which is Hove Pizza Place, which we're currently dealing with, and then approximately 1 o'clock, it will be time for your one. What I'll do is once this one wraps up, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. I think David is back as well. So
thank you much. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. So I think we're all back in order. Hannah, would you want to start from the beginning? Because I think David may have missed your introduction.
Sorry, I didn't have my laptop plugged in, so it just died very quickly. So sorry about that, Hannah.
No worries, I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, everyone.
Good practice. Yeah. Thanks. All right. So thank you, Chair. As you have heard, this is a proposed new premises licence application and is applying for the following hours and licensable activities, which are late night refreshment every day from 2300 to 04 AM, with opening hours every day from 11 AM to 4 AM. In accordance with the Brighton and Hove Statement of Licensing Policy, this application would be a no, as late night refreshment is recommended until midnight as a terminal hour in the area as defined by other areas within this policy. Recent incident and crime statistics indicate that during the period from the 4th of July 2024 to the 4th of July 2025, there were 180 crimes linked to Portland Road and the surrounding side roads. These statistics are from a 0.15 mile radius around the premises. 80 out of the 180 crimes were recorded as violent crime in a public place and thefts. But please note, if the crime search is increased to a 0.25 mile radius, this increases the number of recorded crimes to 283, with 73 of these being violent crime. So with an area already experiencing high number of incidents, which occur mostly throughout the day, permitting a premises to be open into the nighttime economy is likely to increase incidents in the locality. There are already a number of premises which trade along Portland Road, varying between pubs, off licences and food-led premises. While Sussex Police acknowledge that the premises application is not asking for the sale of alcohol, offering food and soft drinks into the early hours encourages persons who may be under the influence of alcohol or drugs to remain in the area, which has a number of residential flats and properties. This increases the risk of crime and disorder, antisocial behaviour and public nuisance. The applicant has not pre-consulted with Sussex Police, but they have offered some proposals under subsection M on the application form. However, there is a limited detail on their operation. Sussex Police would expect to see further details regarding CCTV, especially offering how many days the CCTV will record for, and cooperation with police if there was an incident at the premises. With regards to training, Sussex Police would expect to see this recorded and documented. And further to this, the applicant has not offered any protective measures such as SIA or membership to BCRP. So should an incident occur at the premises between the hours of 2300 to 04 AM, this could either result in issues and incidents and crimes not being reported or there being an increase in calls to police. There has also been no mention of deliveries, and if the applicant plans to operate deliveries from their premises between the hours of 2300 to 04 AM, no conditions have been offered to safeguard any deliveries which may take place. Sussex Police are unable to support this application with the information provided on the application and are seeking refusal, as it is not felt they fully address many of the local concerns or offer any real reasons why their application should be an exception to the policy or depart from the Statement of Licensing matrix. However, if the licensing panel are minded to grant this application at hearing, Sussex Police have attached conditions with our representation letter, which can be found in the agenda, and ask that these conditions are added to the premises licence, taking into account the request that the premises trades only for deliveries from 2300 to 01 AM. The conditions being offered unfortunately do not mitigate fully the risks should the premises trade until 04 AM. They go some way to reduce incidents occurring within the premises itself, but there are no conditions that can address the risks once customers have departed, especially into the early hours of the morning in this location. The risks of a person becoming a victim of crime or then partaking in a criminal activity is one that will need to be dealt with by the emergency services, or if public nuisance issues occur, then this will be for environmental officers to pick up. Therefore, Sussex Police invite the licensing authority to seriously consider refusing this application. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Hannah. I'm going to have the opportunity now for panel members to ask any questions. So, Sam, would you like to go first?
Can I just check the figures? You said that there were 180 crimes committed in the year up to 4th of July. in the preceding, in the local, very local area, with 80 violent crimes, and then 283 crimes with 73 violent crimes. Did you mean additional to the original area? So does that make a total of 460-ish and 150-ish overall?
So the
153.
180 was linked to the search being a 0.15 mile radius around the premises.
Yeah.
And when we expand this to a 0.25, bearing in mind that customers are potentially going to be coming in and obviously going further field to either go home or from other premises, that's where it then increased to 283. Right. So it was just expanding the radius around the premises.
Yeah, understood. But then the violent crimes, I thought you said there were 80 and then there were 73, which if there's an expanded area, that didn't, did I hear that wrong?
So the 80 was violent crime and thefts. The 73 was just violent crime. So I hadn't included the thefts into that.
Okay. Oh, sorry. That's what I couldn't understand because it didn't seem to stack up, that we went more and then went less as we expanded the area.
Sorry.
Yes, no, that's fine.
Violent crime and thefts in that.
Sure. So I just wanted to clarify that. Do we have any breakdown on what that violent crime is? I mean, is that, because this is obviously, if you expand the area around the premises, it's a very, very residential area. Is the violent crime pertinent to people being out on the streets, or is it actually, like domestic crime? I just wonder if there's a profile around the violent crime.
So the violent crime in the 0.15 is violent crime in a public space.
Right.
So that's not in home. That's not inclusive of domestics.
Okay. And on the bigger area, is that?
It was the same, violent crime in a public
space. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. Oh, thanks there. Both. David, anything from you?
No, I was going to ask the same question as Sam, just a breakdown of what kind, but thanks, Hannah.
Thanks.
And just one from me. You both said no sort of conditions have been agreed with you in advance. Was there anything of the ones which you sort of mentioned, such as having the SII door staff, etc.? Would that be something you would consider if the applicant was willing to include that as a condition?
So I did put the proposal forward. So depending on what the panel were minded to grant, if you're looking between 2300 to 01 AM in the morning, we did just suggest that would be deliveries only. However, if you were minded for them to remain open and allow persons onto the premises, there were 3 conditions that we included, which would be an SIA risk assessment for the premises licence holder to write up and document and update yearly, a MSU contract, and to become a member of the BCRP.
I love that. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, so we're going to now ask other bodies to have the opportunity to ask questions of you, starting with Chinwe.
None from me, thank you.
Thanks there. And Corinne?
None from me, thank you, Chair.
Okay. And either of the applicants, have you got any questions of the place?
No, not from me.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Thanks for that. So we'll now move on to Chinwe from Environmental Protection. If you'd like to give your representation, please.
Okay, thank you. I would like to make a formal representation on behalf of the Environmental Protection team regarding the application for a license to provide late night refreshment being made by the Hove Pizza Place, 162 Portland Road, Hove, BN3 5QL. The applicant is proposing to offer late night refreshment from 2300 hours till 400 hours, 7 days a week. We are making this representation on the basis of one of the licensing objectives, the prevention of public nuisance. A late night refreshment license grants permission to its holder to carry out activities that could potentially generate noise during very sensitive hours. Such activities include the use of cooking equipment and extraction systems. Therefore, it is important that in situations such as this one, where the risk of causing a nuisance is high due to the kind of equipment employed for business, the size of the flue, and the close proximity of noise sources to neighbors, late night refreshment proposals are carefully considered to protect the public. I would now like to give a brief history of a complaint that the Environmental Protection Team has received. On the 17th of February 2025, we received a complaint about non-stop noise from machines and equipment that felt like they were being operated in a resident's house. The floors and walls constantly vibrated when these machines were running. It was also said that the shop's ventilation was located next to residential properties and emitted constant noise and bad odors. A warning letter was sent out to the business after discussing the problem with the resident. The business was required to provide documentation to show that their ventilation system was adequate for the type of cooking they do and was well maintained. They were also required to demonstrate measures they had in place to reduce noise and vibration from their pizza oven. The complainant in the case was given order and noise diaries and asked to fill them out so that we could collect more evidence. It should be noted that the applicant has requisite planning permission to use their premises for a hot food takeaway, and the building in which they operate met building regulations at the time it was built. Whether the installation within its structure is adequate and fit for purpose is another matter. The noise diary showed that the complainant was being disturbed by a large commercial extraction fan and the constant rumbling noise from a pizza oven, which could be heard throughout their house. The noises were distracting, making it difficult for the complainant to sleep or relax in their home. There was also the smell of pizza combined with chemical-like gas, which the complainant found disturbing and as a result had to keep their windows closed. The business informed me that they had scheduled a visit from an engineer to service their ventilation equipment and to evaluate any potential improvements that could be made. I then visited the complainant to assess the issues and was told that the noise from the extractor system had been fixed. The smell of gas had significantly reduced, and this was probably because the business had stopped letting the oven run while it was idle. However, the humming sound from the commercial pizza oven had not stopped. I could hear the rumbling sound in the complainant's property. I was then told by the business that a specialist had advised that if they placed anti-vibration mats beneath the oven, it could help with the noise. But the person I spoke to was concerned that what would happen if those measures did not help with the noise. On the 6th of May of this year, I received an email from the business saying that an oven technician had inspected and serviced the pizza oven and installed vibration dampening pads beneath the stand legs to minimize vibration-related noise. The complainant had also confirmed that the noise had significantly decreased. However, we are of the opinion that the rumbling noise from the pizza oven is bearable to neighboring residents due to the current hours of operation of the business. They are currently open until 23 hours. And the likelihood that complaints will resume and a public nuisance will be perpetrated by the business is high if the business is allowed to operate past 2300 hours. The nature of complaints about noise and vibration being transmitted through a structure that meets building regulations, at least at the time it was erected, and from a business with requisite planning permission, limits the powers of the environmental protection team to act. So this will mean that residents will be virtually unprotected if this problem arises. Furthermore, the law allows the business to claim as a defense that the best practicable means has been employed to minimize any adverse impact from the activities on their neighbors, in this case, the dampening pads. In conclusion, the Environmental Protection Team does not support this proposal. However, if a licensing panel is minded to grant the applicant a license for the provision of late night refreshment until 400 hours, we have submitted for consideration some conditions to uphold the prevention of public nuisance prevention of public nuisance licensing objective, in addition to those put forward by the Sussex Police. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yeah, we received those conditions. We've got them detailed out. So I'm going to hand over to see if there's any questions from any of our panelists, either Sam or David.
Could I ask a question? Chinwe, I was wondering, is there anything that you think, given the close proximity to the pizza shop and the residents upstairs, that could be done to sort of minimise and make it possible to stay open later? Or is there anything they could do?
It will be to improve the insulation between the two properties, which will be the responsibility of both parties.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Anything from yourself, Sam?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Thanks, Ed. So I'm going to ask if anyone from Sussex Place has any questions.
No, thank you, Chair.
Thanks, there. Corinne from the Licensing Authority.
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay, and either of the applicants.
Yes, please. Yeah, regarding those complaints from the upstairs neighbors, we have took an appropriate measure, and we are scheduled to clean the extract fan regularly, weekly basis, and to maintain the noise level very minimal on the exhaust, as well as on the oven side. We have cleared everything, and we have installed the anti-vibration pad. So depending on the building structure, it passes through at the minimal level. And for the past 2 months, the upstairs neighbors who has been complained, they informed us it's minimal and it's not disturbing them. And also we have taken a proper measure, and we are also checking like a daily basis whether any gas smells is coming out or the extract been making a higher noise. So that's what we can able to convey to the neighbor and also to satisfy the Environment Agency.
Okay, lovely. Thanks. Would you like to come back, Chinwe?
Yeah, I would like to come back and say that what's acceptable will depend on the time the noise is experienced. It's possible that what's acceptable at 2300 hours doesn't become acceptable at 300 hours. Thank you.
Well, thank you there. Okay, if there's no further questions, and I thank you for presenting. I'll hand over to Corinne as the...
Sorry, I just want to say this.
Yeah, please.
For the until 4 a.m. we can do after 11 a.m. only. We can do only delivery. We stopping the collections. Like we can just hand out to the drivers. We want to do delivery. We don't want to do collection on the time. So I just want to mention here, because we mentioned like we want to open for 4 a.m. both collection and delivery, but we don't want to do collection on that time. We just want to do online platform deliveries only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Rebecca, would you like to?
Well, I was saying maybe Chinwe could just comment on what that would mean for her representation. Just in terms of, it would just be deliveries. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if Chinwe has a comment on that.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that, well, if only deliveries means that they won't be using cooking equipment and the extractor fan, that makes a great difference.
Obviously, we have to use to cooking, yes. But we have taken a full measurement of like everything under control of like a minimized TQ level, everything. So we gonna do regular regular checks and regular servicing everything. So we'll be keeping up to the standards, and we don't want to, like, obviously we are humans. We don't want to make any noises for others to getting disturbed, So yeah.
Okay. Did you want to come back on that at all, Chinwe? And if not, I can bring in Sam.
No, I don't have any more comments. Thank you.
Sam?
I just wanted to ask about delivery. If you're using delivery, how will you be getting the pizzas to the people that are asking for delivery? What will you be using? Motorbikes, bikes?
If that's okay, we'll pause that question until the applicants had their...
Cool. Okay, no, cool, yeah.
That's okay. Thanks, Sam. Okay, so if there's nothing further, we'll pass on to Corinne from the Licensing Authority, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everybody, again. My representation on behalf of the Licensing Authority can be found on pages 65 to 66 of today's agenda. As we have heard, the application is... Sorry? I could hear some... Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it sounds like there's either a bit of an echo or there's someone else in the room. Maybe if everyone's able to mute when they're not speaking, if that's okay, that should hopefully cut down on any background noise.
Thank you. Sorry, my representation on behalf of the Licensing Authority can be found on pages 65 to 66 of today's agenda. As we've heard, the application is the provision of late night refreshment every day of the week until 4 a.m. My representation was made on the grounds of the licensing objectives of the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance, and having regard to the Council's statement of licensing policy. It is recognised that these premises is not in either the cumulative impact zone or the special stress area. However, this representation is submitted as there are concerns that the application does not meet the requirements of the Council's statement of licensing policy with regards to applications made for late night takeaways. As already mentioned, the Council Statement of Licensing Policy includes a matrix approach for licensing decisions, which can be found on page 50 of today's agenda, with provisions for a terminal hour for all classes of licensed premises in a particular area. Although the applicants have just confirmed that they are proposing deliveries only, the matrix table shows that late night takeaways in other areas should have a maximum terminal hour of midnight. So due to the hours being applied for, I feel it is still necessary to bring this application before the panel to determine the final outcome. Many thanks.
Thank you there. Do any of the panellists have any questions of Corinne? No, nothing from any of us, thank you. Sussex Police?
No questions from us, thank you.
Thanks. Chinwe?
No, nothing from me, thank you.
Oh, thanks. And either of the applicants, do you have any questions for Corinne?
Yes, yeah, just to inform, like after these measures, like we have decided to reduce the hours. Whether we can able to reduce the hour to 2 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock. We are requesting the panel to consider from a late night up to 2 a.m. and it's only for the delivery purpose. And also we can able to take all the measures that the police has requested, like a CCTV and the environmental agencies request us to keep the noise minimal, and also only as a delivery business we can consider all the objections and we can take a proper measure on it.
Thank you. Corinne, would you like to come back?
Yes, I just want to clarify. So is the amended application, so from 11 till 2, it will be deliveries only?
That's right. Yes, please.
Okay, so I think I'll just sort of repeat what I said in my speech just then, that although that is welcome to some extent because it will stop some of the sort of public nuisance, I still feel that it's still a panel decision because that is still sort of beyond the hours in our matrix. And also, I don't think there's too much in the surrounding area that definitely goes beyond 1 a.m. at the moment. So I'll still have my representation to stand, please.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, now's the opportunity for our applicants to make their representation. Are you both wishing to speak, or is just one of you going to lead on this?
Yeah, we can both can take the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, you're both welcome to contribute. So yeah, please take it away.
So sorry, I didn't catch what we have to explain.
You're both welcome to deliver your representation to the panel.
Okay, thanks for this opportunity. Yeah, firstly, we like to inform, like, after these objections, we have tried to reduce the business hours to 2 a.m. And also, it's already we have a measure like a CCTV coverage for up to 30 days. And also we can able to extend it more than 30 days for a safety reason. And we are very happy to provide or collaborate with the police to give the CCTV footage or any complaints that been raised around. So, and we are happy to install 2 more CCTVs at the front and also inside the shop as well. And to prevent any nuisance, public nuisance, we've been close the door for the public, just only for the delivery portals. And the delivery drivers only been allowed to enter to collect the food. And also we can able to remove all the chairs, or we can stack the chairs on a table, and we can put a notice at front of the shop like do not make any noise or not to disturb our neighbors. And regarding the lighting and those things also, we can able to reduce the lighting of the shop. Like we can switch off the board lights, and we can reduce the inner shop lights as well. And to collaborate as a police informed, like to become the member of BCRP, we are happy to be the member of them. And also we can able to give a full support to our neighbors as well, or to our local communities. And regarding the environmental agency, we already took lots of measures to reduce the smell and the vibration, and also to the neighbors as well. We have helped the neighbors as well to clean the road and to keep it safe and clean around the shop. And we won't put any bins at the night time. Especially we will leave it inside, and the morning the bin collection will be there every weekly, twice or thrice. So we will keep clean and tidy around the shop, and also we will reduce all the nuisance. So that's what's our measure. And also regarding the delivery protocol, we request the delivery drivers to switch off their engines and not to make any loud music or any phone calls around the premises. And that's the measure we already took as well. So hope it will help our community as well. Yeah, thanks, Chair.
Thank you. Mohan, have you got anything you would like to add? You're on mute.
Sorry, actually, my partner already explained what we want to say.
Okay.
Everything is mentioned. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. So now's the opportunity for panel members to ask questions of your representation. David, have you?
Yeah. Thank you, John. Actually, I got 2 questions. Might actually come back to Corinne. I was just wondering if there was any other licenses to this time ever in that street are on this spot. Do you know that?
Not sure.
Oh no, I was asking Karine.
Okay.
Hi, from what we've managed to get from our records, I think 1 a.m. seems to be
1
the
a.m.
latest on Portland Road. We couldn't see anything that there's a few licenses historically, but they are either suspended or being surrendered. So I think, Sarah, I think you were having a look as well. I don't think we could see anything immediately that went beyond 1 in the Portland Road area.
No, that's right. I couldn't see anything either.
And this spot has always been food led, is that right? It's all been a takeaway. Do you know that?
Which one, sorry?
162.
This specific unit has always been takeaway.
I don't know whether it's been takeaway.
Oh, that's right. The takeaway, I would just mean it's just been like a food place. Do you mean?
I'm not sure.
I believe it has, because when I looked at the history, it was just one food place after the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think just having a quick look now, I think it did used to be so a Thai takeaway place before, but they didn't go beyond 11 o'clock.
The reason I'm asking
it was food led, yes.
For Senko Mohan, if it's been a food led place before, the smells and noises, then we can't really blame them for. But anyway, I wanted to ask the applicants why they didn't contact the police or work with the police and as a pre-consultation beforehand. The measures are very good, but I'm just wondering why these weren't spoken about or tried before this meeting.
We don't know. We are new to the business side, so obviously after we getting into these things, like we want to join with the police and we will get into the helping. We want to be very close to everyone, giving service. We are new to the business, so that's why we don't know. We need to mention to the police before applying the application.
And what sort of exceptional circumstance do you think that this business provides that needs to be open until 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock?
Yeah, just to give the hot food to the customers, and it's already in the road. It's a couple of businesses running in the same chicken or pizza deliveries, and few of the customers, they have requested that whether they can able to get after 11 or 12 on the weekends. So, and also to help community, and also we like to grow our business as well.
And just given that the latest has been 1 o'clock, if that was something that, would you be inclined to go to 1 o'clock? Is that something that you would find acceptable?
We are looking up to 2 a.m. Up to our knowledge, it's a few of the chicken shops and takeaway chicken or pizza shop. They have, we have checked on a portal. It's been shown like they got a license up to 2 o'clock, and they are doing deliveries around at 4 o'clock as well. So we thought it would be benefit for us as well to grow as a business and to serve the local community as well up to 2 o'clock.
Thanks. Hannah has indicated she'd like to come in.
Tell us which premises is trading until the sort of 3 o'clock, because we're not aware of a premises, so potentially they're trading without a license.
We are not specifying any companies, just on a delivery portal like Deliveroo or on Uber, we can see like in a Portlands Road, they are delivering up to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
What premises is that? Sorry. It must be a specific premises.
Yeah, it's a pizza shop and the chicken takeaway.
On Portland Road?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take that one away. Thank you.
So yeah, I think that's for outside of this meeting for sure. David, did you have anything further to ask, or if not, I'll pass over to Sam.
Yeah, it's Sam. Where you go, Sam?
I just wanted to ask about the delivery again. If you're looking at delivery, are you because obviously mopeds, for example, are a lot more noisy than maybe bikes for delivery. I'm just wondering who you'll be using and how you'll be doing that.
Actually, the portal delivery guys, they're using bikes, not mopeds, and most of the for the Deliveroo one, most of them they're coming with e-bikes, not like a moped as well. E-bike means like a bicycle.
So you would be using like Deliveroo or Uber. You wouldn't be doing your own delivery. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Even if we are doing delivery, I will do myself because I have a car, so I won't be like having any moped or anything for the premises to do delivery. Yeah.
No, thanks you. Thanks for clarifying that. Is there anything further from either of the panelists? I think everything which I've had's been covered okay with that.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Super. Okay, then we'll move on to Hannah. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask.
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
I'm just on Just Eat right now, just looking at it's the Pizza Go Go on Sackville Road that's up till 2. But that's round the corner. I can't really see anything that's on Portland Road that's open late.
Yeah, we didn't think it was Portland Road, if I'm honest. We're just doing the same and checking now because it's a bit of a concern.
Sorry, I was just jumping in with that. Just come on.
Oh no, thanks. That's good. Okay, we'll pass over to Hannah if you have any questions.
Yes, please. I noticed that you said earlier that you were sort of new to the business, but do you have any experience of working in the nighttime economy within Brighton and Hove?
Actually, I've been working for Domino's Pizza for 15 years. I've been working in a Crowley store. It's until 5 a.m. store I used to be. And I know the measures like what we used to follow after 11 o'clock. So I used to be a store manager here. So I know like what we can do, what we can't do. And, what I've been trained for that.
Okay.
As a manager.
Sorry, you said that was in Crawley, but not in Brighton and Hove.
Not in Brighton Hove. Yeah, no, I'm actually new to the Brighton Hove, but I have like 15 years experience in Domino's Pizza, and as a manager, I have 11 years experience.
Okay.
So yeah,
Brighton and Hove is probably a little bit different to Crawley.
Okay.
So you made mention as well about the sort of deliveries. You said that you were using bikes and not mopeds.
No, actually, most of the delivery portal delivery guys, they're using scooters, not like mopeds, like sound ones. They don't have a sound mopeds ones. No, they are mostly have like scooters and e-bikes mostly.
Can I just ask how you would be able to confirm that is the mode of transport? Because obviously, presumably, if somebody signs up to work, it's whatever mode of transport they have personally. I'm not sure businesses are able, unless it's a blanket contract, that you can't use motorized vehicles.
Actually, I've been working in the store at the moment, so I've been seeing the drivers coming with I didn't feel like they're like more giving a more noisy sound of bikes. Most of them coming by car and like e-bikes only. So that's the reason I'm just telling you they're gonna work even if they're coming, I can mention. I'm mentioning to them turn off the engines. I can tell them again in the night time. I can make sure it's not reducing a noise of working places. Yeah.
Okay. Chair, would you mind if we asked and addressed a question to Chinwei regarding the increase in mopeds during the hours between sort of 11 and the early hours to sort of find out the impact that's having on the city?
Please.
Sorry, Chinwei, if I'm putting you on the spot, but can I just ask from a EP perspective if there has been an increase in noise complaints across the city regarding mopeds or vehicles moving around between sort of 2300 to 02, 03 o'clock in the morning?
We have not received increased complaints, particularly about mopeds, but we have a lot of complaints about late night deliveries. And it's always associated with businesses that have licenses to provide late night refreshment after 2300 hours.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You've got a couple of questions.
I've got a question. I was just going to ask the applicants, in the initial application, you said, and I think you've mentioned today, that you want to meet the demand in the area. Obviously, my colleague asked what your experience of late night, nighttime economy, was within Brighton and Hove, and you've said that you don't have experience in that. We're not in this area that you're looking, that you have the takeaway is not in the centre of Brighton. It's actually largely residential area, so the nature of it and what the activities around it are completely different to the nighttime economy and the demand for it. I'm just wondering where you have got your information for the demand for this type of business running for an extra sort of 4 hours later than any other business in that area. Where's that information come from?
Actually, some of the customers are you guys open at night, and we mentioned like we're not opening at night. So we believe like when we open in the night time, we get more orders.
Yeah, and also from a delivery portals that from a Deliveroo or from Just Eat, they have requested any chance you accept the orders after 11, like because some of the orders come through, but we will turn it off.
So in terms, sorry. So in terms of the demand in the local area, that's not necessarily true of local residents around Portland Road, because it's out of town. It's people sort of looking on a Deliveroo app and wanting a pizza at that time of night, and therefore you're servicing other areas of the city as opposed to that particular area needing a late night takeaway.
Not like it's a combination of both. So few of the customers, they are the neighbors, and few they are coming to the pubs and nearest shops. So they have also requested, and a few from the Deliveroo apps as well. So a combination of both.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No further questions from us.
Thank you. Chinwe, do you have any questions of the applicants?
Yeah, yes, I do. The first one is whether you'll be open to limiting your hours on other weekdays so that maybe you operate for longer hours weekends, and on weekdays you don't offer late night refreshment.
Actually, we have planned for like we want to open a shop until Thursday, which is like until 2 o'clock, and after that Friday and Saturday only we want to open until 4 o'clock. But we don't know that like we need to apply a different way, so that's the reason we applied like until 4 a.m. so that we can cover it up, like we can put the opening hours on our website. We can do until 2 for the weekdays, and weekend only until 4 o'clock. Yeah, but in this situation is going like we can't open until 4, then we can do until 2 at least. That's what we want to do.
Okay. The second question is, do you believe you'll be doing more cooking after 2300 hours than you'll be doing before this time?
We're not sure, like we be like want to get license. When we go into that, then only we can know, but most likely less, I believe, because after late night, like we will get like orders. When orders comes, we'll turn on the engines, like turn on the ovens. Yeah.
And my last question to you is, if you start receiving complaints when if you get a late night refreshment license about vibration and noise from your pizza oven, what other options do you have to address concerns of residents?
We definitely make a more concern about, like, we can get reduce the noise, and whatever the vibrations comes, we will take a full measurement for that.
No, my question to you is, so when we received complaints about noise and vibration earlier this year, a specialist came in and said the best option was to put in vibration dampening pads. So my question is, did they say to you that if that doesn't work, you could do this?
Actually, they mentioned that it will work, and it's working. It's like the vibration is reduced a lot.
Yeah, but you've never operated your machines after 2300 hours. So how can you tell that noise that is not a problem before that time won't become a problem after 2300 hours when neighbors are fast asleep?
Yeah, we took a lot of measure, but we believe that it won't make any nuisance for them. Yeah, because in the past 2 months they are happy and they're not complaining any vibration sounds or fumes. So we can check again, like whether to increase the vibration pad size or to insulate surround the oven to make it sure that the noise is not transferring to the upstairs.
Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you there. Corinne, have you got any questions you'd like to ask?
Not that's already not been discussed. It was mainly going to be about delivery drivers again, and obviously if they were using their own, there's a bit more control about that, but they've obviously discussed that they'll be using the delivery platform, so no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you there. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the closing summaries. So can I remind everyone that at this point you should not be introducing any new information which hasn't already been raised as part of the representation. I'm going to begin with handing over to licensing officer Sarah.
Thank you. So as you have heard, this is an application for a new premises licence for Hove Pizza Place, 162 Portland Road, Hove. The application is for late night refreshment from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day. The applicant has confirmed that they would be willing to reduce their hours to 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. every day and for deliveries only, but this has been under discussion with the various parties. You have heard from all the parties present and have seen the written representations. Licensing guidance states that in determining the application with a view to promoting the licensing objectives in the overall interests of the local community, the licensing authority must give appropriate weight to the steps that are appropriate to promote the licensing objectives, the representations, including supporting information presented by all the parties, the licensing guidance and its own statement of licensing policy. The licensing authority must carry out its functions with a view to promoting the licensing objectives, and our policy is framed around those objectives. It is important to note that each application will be given individual consideration on its own merits. After considering all the relevant issues, the licensing authority may grant the application subject to such conditions that are consistent with the operating schedule and that have been agreed between all parties, and also reduce the hours if they feel appropriate. If the panel decide to grant the application, then any conditions added to the licence to meet the licensing objectives should be clear, precise and enforceable. Alternatively, the licensing authority may refuse the application on the grounds that it's appropriate for the promotion of the licensing objectives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pass over to Sussex Place. Got a closing statement.
Thank you, Chair. Sussex Police are unable to support this application with the information provided on the application and are seeking refusal, as it is not felt they fully address many of the local concerns and offer any real reasons why their application should be an exemption to policy. Thank you.
Well, thank you there. Chinwe, have you got a closing statement?
I'll just still like to say that I am not confident that the noise from the operation after 2300 hours would not impact residents, and so the environmental protection team still does not support this proposal. And if the panel decides to grant this business a late night refreshment license anytime after 2300 hours, that they consider the conditions we've put forward. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And Karina from the Licensing Authority.
Thank you, Chair. Just to confirm that my representation was made on the grounds of the licensing objectives of the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance, and having regard to the Council's statement of licensing policy. Although the applicant during the course of the hearing has reduced the proposed hours from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. and to be delivery only, I still feel due to the hours involved, it is necessary to bring this application before the panel to determine the final outcome. Many thanks.
Thank you very much. And the applicants, have you got a closing statement to present?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yeah, we are happy to work with the local community, and we are happy to cooperate fully with the Sussex Police and Licensing Authority as well. And we are happy to take additional measures what the police team has given, and also regarding the environmental agency as well. We are happy to cooperate with them, and we are trying to keep our standards high. So thanks for considering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to pass over to Rebecca as our legal advisor if there's any closing comments from her.
I don't think I have any really. Have you got any questions of me at all?
No.
There is maybe one thing just to clarify with the applicant. Should the panel be minded to grant, you've seen the environmental protection conditions. Would you agree to those?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Obviously the environmental protection team are saying they can't support this application, but should the panel be minded to grant some form of application, they have suggested some conditions. Are you saying you would be agreeable to those?
That means, yeah, we are. So in the past 2 months, the neighbors has agreed like it's not been a much sound or any disturbance for them. So it depends on that. We can able to reduce our noise level, and we can maintain the same without disturbing the community or the upstairs neighbors. So, and also we can able to install a new vibration pad, and also we can able to maintain the fume levels less by cleaning or installing a new filters every month. So yeah, we are hoping that we are not disturbing the neighbors.
Okay, so you would broadly accept those conditions then that the environmental protection team have suggested, should the panel be minded to grant. And obviously the panel has lots of options, so I think it's for the panel to consider really now.
Thank you. And yeah, and on that note, the panel will now retire to make its decision. We're going to be accompanied by our legal advisor and the clerk to the panel, but they won't take any part in the decision-making process. The decision will be sent in writing within 5 working days with any appeal rights attached. Thank you all for attending today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Right, so I've been informed that we are now live again. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this licensing hearing for Flames Kebab and Pizza at 36 Preston Road in Brighton, Bravo November 1 for Quebec Foxtrot. Before we start, could I please ask councillors amongst themselves to just elect a chair, please?
I elect Councillor Hewitt. No, a nomination.
I also nominate Councillor Hewitt.
Councillor Hewitt, you're the chair for this hearing.
Oh, thank you both. So before we start with the main business today, we've got some procedural items which we'll cover. So are there any members of the panel who are substitutes today?
No.
And do any members of the panel have any declarations of interests to make?
No.
Okay. Oh, thanks, there. There are no non-public items on this agenda, and therefore we will not be excluding the press or public for any item today, and we are being webcast, so all is in open session. This is an application for a variation of a premises licence for Flames Kebab and Pizza, 36 Preston Road, Brighton, BM1 4QF. Before we begin, we'll all just do a round of introductions. To start off, I'm John Hewitt, Councillor in Hangton Knoll and member of the Licensing Committee, and I'm chairing today's panel. David.
I'm David McGregor. I'm Councillor for Whitehawk Marina and Chair of Licensing.
Thanks. Sam.
I'm Sam Parrott, Councillor for Westbourne and Poets Corner and a member of the Licensing Committee.
Thanks. Emily.
Good afternoon, everyone. Emily Fountain, Licensing Officer, presenting the application.
Thanks, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Cornell, and I'm the Licensing Officer who's put in a representation against this application.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Rebecca Siddell, Legal Advisor to the panel.
Thanks, Sussex Police, both attendees.
Thank you. My name's Hannah Staplehurst. I'm a licensing officer in the Brighton division.
My name's Gemma Wade. I'm a PC in licensing in Brighton.
Thank you. And our applicant, Ebad.
Yeah, my name is Deva, Director of Flames Kebab in Brighton.
Oh, thank you. Now you joined with a colleague.
Yeah, it's my friend. Yeah, it's my friend.
Oh, lovely. I think so. He's here to sort of help with your application.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Oh, thanks, sir. And we'll ask everyone when you're not speaking, if you could have your microphone on, please, as well. And if we just lost my screen's changed, I think we may have just lost the applicant.
Yeah, I think we
that
have.
appears to be the case. He's coming back.
Rejoining.
Oh well.
Oh, there we
Sorry,
go. That's okay. So I was just saying, when people aren't speaking, if they could have their microphones on, please, to sort of reduce any background noise. Okay, so I'm going to start off by handing over to our licensing officer, Emily.
Thank you, Chair. This is an application for a variation of the premises licence for Flames Kebab and Pizza, 36 Preston Road, Brighton. The application proposes to vary the existing premises licence to extend the hours for the provision of late night refreshment from the current 0130 to 0400 7 days a week. A copy of the existing licence can be found in Appendix B from page 27 of today's agenda. The operating schedule and accompanying letter for the application can be found in Appendix A from page 21. 2 representations were received. They were received from Sussex Police and the Licensing Authority on the grounds of the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance. The representations submitted by Sussex Police propose conditions they would like to see attached to the licence should the application be granted. Environmental protection agreed conditions with the applicant Full details of the representations and agreements are attached at Appendix C from page 31 of the papers. A map detailing the location of the premises is attached at Appendix D. The premises sits within a special stress area, which is stated in our statement of licensing policy, is an area of special concern in terms of the levels of crime and disorder and public nuisance experienced within it. New and variation applications for premises in the special stress area will not be subject to the presumption of refusal, but operators will be expected to pay special attention when drawing up their operating schedules and to make positive proposals to ensure that their operation will not add to the problems faced in these areas. Appendix A of the Statement of Licensing Policy sets out a list of potential measures the licensing authority considers may be appropriate. These may be more or less appropriate depending on the style of operation applied for, and these measures can be found in today's agenda on page 20. The panel will also be aware of the matrix approach to licensing decisions found in the Statement of Licensing Policy, which includes a table with the provisions for a terminal hour for all classes of licensed premises in a particular area, recognising the diverse operations and different risks presented by those premises. This can be found at page 11 of today's agenda. The matrix approach says that late night takeaways may be permitted in the special stress area until midnight. However, the policy is not absolute and each application must be given individual consideration on its own merits. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask if any members of the panel have any questions. No. Anyone from Sussex, please? No. No. Sarah? And the applicant, Bad, have you got anything you'd like to ask at this stage? You're on mute. No. Okay, thank you there. So I'm going to pass over to Hannah of Sussex Police to make their representation now.
Thank you, Chair. As mentioned, this is an application for a new premises licence within the special stress area, as defined by the Brighton and Hove City Council Statement of Licensing Policy. Late night refreshment premises are a no under the decision-making matrix in this area. The application seeks to extend the hours for the late night refreshment from what they currently have, which is 0130 until 0400 each day, with opening hours from 1530 until 0400 every day. They currently have from 1700 hours to 0130. The applicant did make contact with Sussex Police prior to submission, and they were advised that we would be unable to support their application. Email correspondence between police and the applicant was provided to the panel under Appendix 1. You should be able to see that advice was given around the measures that police would expect to be considered, as well as the local issues that would need to be addressed. Some of this was taken forward by them in the application they submitted, and their cover letter addresses some of the points police have raised. There is some mention of crime prevention measures such as CCTV, and that the premises licence holder holds a valid SIA door supervisor licence. These have not been fully elaborated on, and there are concerns around dual rolling. For example, the premises licence holder working behind the counter, but also being SIA security. Therefore, it is not felt they fully address many of the local concerns or offer real reasons why their application would be an exception to policy, or why the Statement of Licensing Policy matrix should be departed from. Therefore, Sussex Police do not believe that what they have provided goes far enough to evidence why this extension should be granted. While Sussex Police acknowledge that the premises application is not asking for the sale of alcohol, offering hot food and drink into the early hours encourages persons who may be under the influence of alcohol or drugs to remain in the area, which is largely residential, with streets nearby solely flats, houses and properties. This increases the risk of crime and disorder, antisocial behaviour and public nuisance in an area that is already evidenced to be problematic. Sussex Police continue to have concerns around the late night hours being applied for and how this will work in practice. While the premises has been operating until 01:30, managing persons and licensable activity beyond this time adds extra pressure to an already saturated area. Police licensing use their own recording systems for incidents in licensed premises, and crime statistics have been produced using this. We looked at the 12 months between the 29th of July 2024 and the 28th of July 2025 within a 0.25 mile radius. So this is approximately 400 metre radius from the premises. For reference, this stretches from roughly from the southern edge of Preston Park to just north of the western side of the level. During this time, there were 2,074 recorded incidents. These will all have required some form of police interaction, attendance, or time. Of those 2,074 incidents, 630 became recorded crimes. The top 3 crime groups throughout the week were: number 1, violence against a person, there was 217, theft, there was 155, and thirdly, public order, 54. At the weekends, including Friday night up until the early hours of Monday, this percentage for violence against the person rises to 45%, so around a third more. This provides evidence of the real risk of potential crime and disorder, particularly against persons in this area. A peak was seen between midnight and 1 a.m. across the weekend. London Road is one of the most arterial routes out of London and links to the A23 into the out of town. There is high road traffic and moderate foot traffic throughout the year as a main road down to the city centre, and so potential issues remain in this area of the city. Police therefore have concerns about another venue with later hours in an area already saturated with licensed premises, adding to the issues London Road and the surrounding areas already face. The application therefore has potential risk of undermining the prevention of crime and disorder and public nuisance licensing objectives. Furthermore, Sussex Police contend that any new licensed premises and the carrying on of additional licensable activity, particularly with hours until 0400, has the potential to add to the existing negative cumulative effect in an area already saturated with licensed premises. Under the Brighton and Hove City Council special policy, the exception is that operators will pay special attention when drawing up their operating schedules, and the applicant should show they will not add any cumulative impact to an already problematic area. Potential conditions written by Sussex Police have been circulated to the panel under Appendix 2, so I hope you have received these for your consideration. The conditions unfortunately do not mitigate fully the risks. They go some way to reducing incidents occurring within the premises itself, but there are no conditions that can address the risks around takeaways. Customers are away from the control of the premises, with risks of them becoming a victim of crime or them partaking in criminal activity. All this risk, in turn, fall into the emergency services to deal with, or in relation to the public nuisance, the local authority environmental officers to pick up. If the committee are minded to grant a licence until 0400, Sussex Police believe consideration must be given to the risks a late night premises brings. No distinction has been offered within the application as to whether they will close to walk-ins, takeaways at a certain time, for example 1:30, and move to just deliveries, or whether the entire premises will remain open until 0400. They have offered little in the way of how they will manage this either way. We would therefore strongly suggest that SIA door staff would be needed to cover the later hours if the premises remains open to the public until 0400 to ensure optimum customer and staff safety. This cannot be in the premises licence holder in a dual role capacity and would need to be a separate person distinctively employed to manage the door and customers. If there is a move to delivery only, and after this time, then the front door being locked or access limited to only staff is suggested as a condition to ensure no issues with customers coming in and thinking they can order, and then perhaps becoming angry or frustrated they cannot. We welcome proposals from the applicant as to how they will manage and mitigate the risks to prevent the undermining of the prevention of crime and disorder and public nuisance licensing objectives. This may include further amendments to timings, licensable activities, additional conditions, or evidencing of exceptional circumstances. It could be, however, that the committee feel this risk cannot be lessened upon hearing the applicant's submissions. So it is for these reasons that Sussex Police would ask you, the committee, to seriously consider refusing this application in light of the local issues, crime and disorder statistics, and police concerns. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. I'm going to ask if any members of the panel have any questions of your representation.
I was just probably not for you, Hannah. Actually, it was just about times that things are open. I can ask somebody else.
Okay, thanks, Hannah. I haven't got any questions, Sam, neither. Okay, Sarah, have you got any questions?
No, thank you.
Thanks, Ebad, have you got any questions of Sussex Police's representation?
Like I'm instead of Ebad because I helped him. Like he told me, like he explained to me everything. He knew all that stuff. Like he explained to me, he installed all the CCTV camera and he have some security here, and he trained all the staff for this thing. And I think the shop is not that busy. Like there is gonna be any queue or. And even like the road is also is not that busy, and he gonna do just only the delivery, and some people come. The takeaway is not that much, and like he have all that stuff in the shop.
Okay, so at this moment, have you got any sort of questions directly to ask to the police? Because you'll have an opportunity later on to sort of undergo your sort of full representation.
I don't have he don't have that much questions, but like his suggestion.
I said, well, yeah, we can hear in full detail in a bit. We'll be with you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you there. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Sarah now. Oh, sorry, Ebad, you're all okay. I'm going to hand over to Sarah now on behalf of the licensing authority.
Thank you. So I make this representation on behalf of the council's licensing team in their capacity as a responsible authority in relation to application for the variation to this late night refreshment premises. My representation can be seen from page 41 of the agenda, and as we have heard, the application is to extend current hours for late night refreshment from 01:30 until 4 AM every day. This applicant took over the premises in April 2025, and prior to this it was held by different people, and the original licence until 1:30 AM was granted in 2006. This representation is made as the licensing team have concerns that the application could have a negative impact on the licensing objectives of the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance, and is against our statement of licensing policy. The premises is situated in the special stress area, which has already been explained by our licensing officer. It is my opinion granting this application is likely to add to the additional burdens and problems in the special stress area. The licensing team act as guardians of the council's statement of licensing policy, and I make this representation on behalf of the licensing authority as I believe the application is made contrary to our policy, and therefore invite the panel to carefully scrutinise the application and decide if it constitutes exceptional circumstances to depart from our policy or to consider refusal. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah. I've got an opportunity for panel members to ask questions of you. Has anyone got anything, David?
Thanks, John. I was just going to say the times that there's a couple of bars around there that shut. I'm assuming it's till 12. Those bars, like the Joker and stuff.
The bars. Oh, I was waiting for late night refreshment, not bars. Just bear with me.
Sorry.
I can look at the Joker. You can give me specific ones, and I can find out. Just bear with. So the Joker is until so alcohol Friday, Saturday, Sunday is until 2 o'clock, and the rest of the week is until midnight.
Okay. That must be the latest one, but yeah.
The Joker, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sam, I haven't got no, I haven't either. No, thanks, Sarah. Hannah, Sussex Police, have you got any questions?
No, thank you, Chair.
Okay, thanks. And Ebad, have you got any questions of Sarah on behalf of the licensing authority?
Sorry. It's like
Any questions of me?
No, I think he doesn't have that much question. Just like in the side here is the shop, just like open until
Mini market.
Mini market is late night, and even the bar is like there's not that much crime in this area.
So sorry, just to stop you there. It was just questions of me as the person who's made the representation on behalf of the licensing authority, and you'll get your chance to put forward your case in a moment.
He's like he told me like in the Hove, like in his neighbor have a shop is like it's open midnight, and I think he said like I'm working since long time. There is no that much crime. It's open until late night.
Okay, so just have you got any questions for me at all?
No. He doesn't.
No. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. So now, Ebad, now this is your opportunity to provide your representation to us as the panel about, why you're putting forward your variation to your licence. So, yeah, please, in your own time, take it away.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving us time. Our neighbor also is open like on weekend until 5 a.m. and the other neighbor also they open late night. And for our business, I think is good if we open, we have more security, CCTV security also. And if we open late night, I think is good for people and good for me, for business as well. Because people is going, if they cross the other side of the road, why they not receive the food closed his house, because the mini market is next to my door, next his neighbor, they open until late night, like 5 a.m. and on weekend. We not sell alcohol, and we just the takeaway, like they take the food and they just going,
Okay. Have you got anything further you'd like to add? If not, we can go around and have the opportunity to ask questions of you.
All done. Yeah.
All done. Okay. Thanks. So now the panel members will ask questions of you. I've got one to kick us off. So we heard that you recently taken over the premises in April of this year. Have you had any experience of operating late night premises elsewhere before you took over this premises?
I think for me it's more experience is like about my age and the people I see the people, and more experience is not that many crime. I didn't see any crime, and we don't have any issue with customer. If you nice with people nice with you, If you are bad, people is also bad with you. But we are nice, and we have good. We have CCTV camera security, and we didn't have any problem.
Okay, so in answer to my question, have you got experience of running premises elsewhere which has been open late night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at
And he has some experience, like he used to work in Worthing, is like open late night, and even he used to work in another shop which is in Fulham Road in Brighton. He had like some experience because like but it's not that, like he just only like he would be nice in like with the customer in a home and install the camera, and he have the security, and after 1:30 he like don't there is gonna be a security guy install the camera outside inside, and he train all the staff of like how he's gonna be with the customer, and like who is like, for example, who's drink and how gonna be nice with him, like how treat him, like all that stuff. Like he have that experience from that place.
Okay, no, thank you. I'm going to ask if any of my fellow panelists have got any questions.
And just ask, are you planning to do deliveries and takeaways, or would you consider just doing deliveries as an option?
If takeaway is going to be good,
if it's takeaway and delivery, if it's both, I think is much better. Yeah.
Okay, because when you're delivering, it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You know, on weekend, if I serve the customer or with normal day, if no service, no customer service, just delivery, I think is fine. It's not bad, you know.
So you would consider, if we said you could open but only for delivery, you would consider that?
Yes, but
Okay.
if it's, for example, in weekend, if I delivery and customer takeaway, that will be great.
Yeah, I understand.
Thank you. Anything further, Sam? David?
Ebert, I just wanted to ask about a comment that Hannah raised about potentially the security working behind the desk as well and doubling up, and so it's not having an appropriate security guard at late nights. Is that the case? Would it only be one person working in the shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is gonna be like security in 4 or 3, like in A1 he also have the badge for the security, and he also have the badge for the security, and he will talk to some company to get a security from some company. I think it's gonna be fine. And even he have some friends the security, and he will pay for them, and even like the company, you know, is there a lot of company Revolut or all that stuff, and he already talked to that company. It's about from 1:30 until 4 o'clock.
Okay, so it'd be a separate person that would just be doing security.
Yeah, he just only do security.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything further, David?
No, that's it for me.
Super. Okay. Hannah and Sussex Police, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask.
I've just got one question with regards to the conditions. Emad, I was just wondering that you've obviously had pre-sight of this. Have you done sort of research into becoming a BCRP member or potentially having an MSU contract?
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't understand.
So some of the conditions that were offered with part of our representation letter was to become a BCRP member or have an MSU contract. I was just wondering if any research had been done into that to show that these conditions could be adhered to.
Maybe, Hannah, if you could not use the acronym, maybe if that would be helpful.
BCRP is the Brighton Crime Reduction Partnership, and an MSU is a mobile support unit.
I think it's the mobile support team. They will help him, and even like he is also the security. He like I didn't understand that two company, honestly.
Okay, so just if these were conditions to be added to the license, would they be adhered to?
Like I don't know, like maybe, yeah.
Is it possible to ask Ibad the question, please, just so that we can understand from him?
Yes.
So, Ibad, do you know what the Brighton Crime Reduction Partnership is?
Just 1 second, yeah.
The crime addiction partnership money with
the
like a crime names okay.
Ryan, yeah, I follow the Brighton and Hove Facebook page. I'm see from there as well what's going on in Brighton, and yeah.
Okay, just the Brighton Crime Reduction Partnership is sort of separate to social media. They're a sort of partnership system where you have like a disc membership, and one of the conditions that Sussex Police offered was that you would become a member of their scheme. I was just wondering if you'd looked into that a little bit more.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, no further questions, thank you.
Thank you there. And Sarah, have you got any questions you'd like to ask?
So I just wanted to ask, at the moment you operate till 1:30 in the morning, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people can walk in and buy things from you?
1:30 we stop the customer service and everything we closing, we just cleaning, and people is walking.
Yeah.
People is going, walking, and not that many.
So after 1:30, you want to be able to still let people in to buy food, hot food and drink?
Yes, yeah.
And also have deliveries?
Yes, please.
So both, you want people to be able to come in and buy your food?
Yes, yeah.
And also deliveries?
Yeah, and people demand that why you guys close early, and I say just have a look the mirror and we apply for the license. We spoke with the Brighton and Hove Council. We email, we apply for the license, and I'm trying my best because people demand to open late night.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Okay, thank you there. If there's no further questions, we'll move on to the closing summaries now. And this is an opportunity for all parties to summarise without introducing any new information that hasn't already been raised as part of the representation. I'm going to hand over firstly to Emily.
Thank you, Chair. As we have heard, this is an application for a variation to the late night refreshment licence for Flames Kebab and Pizza to extend the opening hours from 01:30 to 0400 every day. You've now heard from all the parties present and have seen the written representations. Licensing guidance states that in determining the application with a view to promoting the licensing objectives in the overall interests of the local community, the licensing authority must give appropriate weight to the steps that are appropriate to promote the licensing objectives, the representations including supporting information presented by all the parties, the guidance and its own statement of licensing policy. It is important to note that each application will be given individual consideration on its own merits. After considering all the relevant issues, the licensing authority may grant the application subject to such conditions that are consistent with the operating schedule. If the panel decide to grant the application, then any conditions added to the licence to meet the licensing objectives should be clear, precise and enforceable. Alternatively, the licensing authority may refuse the application on the grounds that it is appropriate for the promotion of licensing objectives or is against our statement of licensing policy. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Sussex Police, would you like to come in now?
Thank you, Chair. Sussex Police are unable to support this application with the information provided on the application. We have lack of confidence in the applicant agreeing to conditions. We also have lack of confidence in their lack of knowledge for the crime and disorder in the surrounding areas. It is also felt that they have not fully addressed any of our concerns or offer any real reasons why their application should be exemption to the policy or the statement of licensing matrix should be departed from. Thank you.
Thank you there. Sarah, would you like to come in with your summary?
Thank you. So whilst I appreciate the applicant's points made in their presentation, I have concerns that the applicant does not have a lot of experience in this location, having only taken over in April 2025, and would also like to point out that other premises that have late night refreshment and off licences with very late licences nearby were granted or converted a very long time ago prior to our special policies coming into force, and this is not considered an exceptional circumstance. I maintain my representation as a guardian of our statement of licensing policy and reiterate that the matrix model states late night refreshment licences in the special stress area should only be granted until midnight, and this one already has a licence until 1:30. I do not support anything later, even for deliveries. I ask that the panel determine the outcome of this application and whether the applicant has demonstrated exceptional circumstances to depart from our policy, which I do not believe they have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. And finally, Ibad, have you got anything you'd like to say as a closing statement to us, please?
Yeah, we have all the stuff, but security, camera, CCTV, safety, everything. And yeah, because our business is open late, like daytime is 3:30. And if we open like late night, I think is more is better for community and for our business also. It is very short time, you know, like 3:30 we open until 1:30. We can't do, you know, like is not good for the business, but when we get busy and then we close. If we open for delivery, I think is good for is good for the business and for people also. And yeah.
Okay. No, thank you, Anna. Thank you for providing that. So we've had all the summaries. I'm going to go to Rebecca, who's our legal advisor, to see if there's any closing comments from her.
No, I don't think so, unless you've got any questions of me at this point.
No, I haven't. None of my other panelists do either. No. Okay. Thank you there. So the panel is now going to retire to make its decision. And please note we're going to be accompanied by the legal advisor and the clerk to the panel, but they will take no part in the decision-making process. The decision will be sent in writing within 5 working days with appeal rights attached. Thank you all for attending this afternoon. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.